Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world today. We'll be getting started with our Final Fantasy stream here. We're in the Sea of Clouds, visiting Oxundu and the Vanu Vanu. Here it goes. All right. Let's see. Anyways, welcome. Hope you're having a good morning, afternoon, or evening, and doing okay. If you got any comments, please drop them down in the chat. We'd love to hear from you. Talk to you while we play through and relive this particular game. Make sure we got everything going here. So, how's it going today? You doing all right? I tell you, the weather here in my part of the world, down in the southeast U.S., bouncing back and forth. It's like spring, winter, spring, winter. One comment I heard that kind of sums it all up. It's like winter is like an angry is angry, and they like stomp out of the house and then come back later. Oh, and another thing, and then they leave again and they come back. Oh, and yeah, just one more thing I want to tell you, it's just kind of strange. And anyways, we're in the cold portion again here. It just keeps flipping back and forth. Of course, I mean that's normal for this part of the world here. We've had snow into April at some times, but not common. But I have seen it snow here the first part of April. Hopefully we don't have to deal with too much of that this year. All right, so anyways, let's see. We got to the Vanu Vanu here, and we need to bow to Kunu Valley, it looks like. Let's get going with this. We'll get this story on the way here. I guess I need to target him first. There we go. Zephyr winds at your back and sunshine to warm your brow, traveler from below. Kunu Valley, keeper of tales, hears your words, and she remembers. In times long ago, in lands elsewhere, before even the clouds see, the white is one among many. Newborn, he swims beside his many brothers in seas of endless water. But hated the white is, for his brothers are purest black. So great is their contempt, their loathing, that they turn upon him and rend his flesh asunder. And so he falls, only to rise again, for merciful gods raise him to the heavens, and there he is reborn. The white still longs for the sea to which he cannot return, but, in rebirth, a splinter of the divine is shared, and so he opens his maw, from whence come the clouds, and a new sea is born, home to him alone. Content, he gazes below, and sees others who are as he, hated and hunted. He weeps, and in his benevolence he raises up isles of earth and guides these people to the cloud sea. Such is the tale of his rebirth, and the salvation of the Vanu. May it never be forgot. But this demon which menaces the cloud sea, his rage is that of the Vundu, his hunger that of a wild beast. The isles are his gift to us, yet now he must consume them? Kunu Valley knows no tales like this. Okay. Report back to Alphino. It's little bits of lore like that I tend to forget. You go through the game and big things stand out, like last time when we lost Horshaphant. Those sorts of events stand out, but then some of the specific pieces of lore like that just tend to get forgotten, by me anyways. I mean, some folks are not quite as forgetful as I am, of course. So according to the Vanu Vanu, the Sea of Clouds and the Floating Isles were gifts from Bismarck to his people. Gifts which he has taken to eating, yes? Technically within his rights, I suppose, if perhaps a little ungenerous. Gods, eh? But what of you, Alphino? Did you learn aught of value? Alas, no. That is, unless you have an interest in the intricacies of Vanu sky fishing. Sky fishing? My gods, that's it? Alphino, my boy, I could kiss you. From what we have observed, Bismarck is a creature of pure instinct, driven primarily by hunger. When wounded by the Imperials, it fled, but not before devouring another island to restore its strength. What I propose is this. We tow a suitably appetizing island through the Sea of Clouds, in essence, fishing for our flying whale. Once we draw Bismarck out of hiding, we shall use dragon killers to fire grapnels into the beast's hide, and then reel it in close, enabling our resident Icon Slayer to engage it directly. A bold plan, Master Garland, but an exceedingly dangerous one. Should Anne fail to subdue the creature, she would almost certainly be eaten along with the rest of your appetizing island. Oh, she won't fail, and if anything does go wrong, I'll be at the helm of the Enterprise ready to tow her out of trouble. I wouldn't entrust a task like this to anyone else. Nor I. I trust you have no objections to my joining you as well? Not at all. The more the merrier. Right then. It seems the boys and I have a lot of work to do if the Enterprise is to be ready for our fishing trip, while you two need to find me some bait. And not just any island, mind. I want a mouthful at most. You mean at most or at least? You know, at least big enough for a mouthful. I don't know. Maybe it can't be more than a mouthful, or Bismarck might not go after it. Who knows? Alright, that'll give us ether current for finishing that quest here. And it looks like we've got a few popped up as well, which we will need to take care of. Well, you heard, Sid. We need an island to bait the hook. By way of a first step, I propose we speak with Chief Sanu. If the Zundu are as concerned by Bismarck's behavior as they have given us to believe, they may well be supportive of our efforts to slay him. Let's go grab these other quests here too. Netherling's coming is fortuitous as late season rains. Gunavanu and Gunavanu's family faces desperate times. His brother verges on failing Zundu's rite of passage again. All Vanu Vanu and Oxundu must undergo rite of passage for respect of others in tribe, otherwise no better than nestling. Brother fails trials 7 times, must try for the 8th time soon. 8 times! No Vanu Vanu ever fails trial 8 times. If brother fails again, gales of laughter from others in tribe shame family until day, sun, and sky no longer burns. Gunavandu sees Netherling help others like wind which brings seeds to bloom, and Gunavanu would ask for her help as well. Rite of passage rules very strict, but Gunavanu has planned. Rules forbid aid from other members of tribe, but say nothing of Netherlings. Help my brother and quell impending storm of derision our family faces. Brother's name is Gunuvanu, and he roosts... Ah, Gunuvanu knows not where. Brother's temperament changes faster than breeze in autumn. Ask other Vanu and seek him out, or Gunuvanu stays nestling forever. Okay. Yeah, the tribe can't help, but it doesn't say anything about outsiders. Netherling seeks out Gunuvanu. He is skilled at two things: finding shade for napping and running away when Chief gives work. Newborn hatchling works harder than him. Ganu Valley cannot escape unending thunderstorm of buzzing bugs and desires sleep more than rain during summer drought. Ganu Valley has idea to soothe bugs droning, but delirious from exhaustion. Netherling goes in Ganu Valley's stead. To east lies Gurgle Grass, which devours bugs as Vanu hatchlings feast on Wamarakampa meat. Netherling brings Ganu Valley 3, and storm in ears recedes to dull drizzle. Gunuvanu never where he should be. While other Vanu work, Gunuvanu soars like Griffin in his dreams. Gunuvanu not see him since sunrise. Netherling finds Gunuvanu easily. Look under every tree and village. Gunuvanu follows shade as sunset follows sunrise. Say to Gunuvanu, "Wake up!" and Netherling come to know true meaning of panic. The Tramontane is upon us. The white feasts and the Vundu rejoice in his carnage. Hear me, Chief Sanu. This creature which torments you now is not the deity who raised up the floating isles and made a gift of them to you. He is a perversion of your beliefs given form by the Vundu, a false savior who consumes that which he should rightly safeguard. Yet it need not be this way, Chief Sanu. We have the power to strike down this impostor, but we must beg of you an island to see it done. Moats against the tempest. In vain do they struggle. Yet who is Sanu to speak of what may be? Perhaps even the Tramontane can turn to the Ponenta. Very well, Netherlings. When you are ready, tell Zundu scouts what manner of island you require, and they guide you to it. We shall not fail, Chief Sanu. On that you have my word. Come, Anne. Let us see how Sid's preparations are progressing. All right. Let's see. Go find Sid. We got to get some gurgle grass. Finish these two auxiliary ether current quests. There is another ether current to the east here. All right. There's our little sleepy Gunuvanu. Say, wake up. Ah, Gunuvanu awake. Yes, he is. Gunuvanu works hard. A Netherling. No wings, fleshy beak. Not Vanu, certainly. Netherling should not sneak up on Vanu that slumbers, claws cut sharper than fierce gale. Well, you see, you need to be doing this. What? Gunu Vanu's brother sends Netherling to help with rite of passage? Gunu Vanu passes right and is no longer a nestling. Heaven shine on Gunu Vanu this day. Worry of failing 8 times weighs heavy on heart. But now with Netherling's help, Gunu Vanu casts off weight and soars higher than any in Oxundu imagines. Alright, well, good deal. Let's see, where is that? Southeast, yeah, over here, I guess. And that's all of the ether currents that we can find out by themselves. Our Ishgardian friends have furnished us with dragon killers and ammunition, and I've taken the liberty of procuring a Magitech field generator as well. Rest assured, we've chains to spare, every link forged by the manufactory's master craftsmen. If you've any lingering doubts as to their strength, know that they were originally intended to bind dragons and were not found wanting. It pleases me to inform you that the Vanu have agreed to furnish us with an island of our choosing. Then all that remains is to confirm the readiness of the poor buggers who will actually be doing the fighting, and let Wedge know when your party is assembled. I probably shouldn't be telling you this, but I don't like this plan. I don't like it one little bit, but I can't help being excited all the same. So tell me, Anne, are you ready to hunt the white whale? Sure. After you then, Anne, all aboard. And another duty. Alright, well, let's see, we'll go ahead and cue that. The Limitless Blue. And we'll see if we make our way up here to the last ether current quest before we get popped into a queue or not. If we have to do it, we'll come back again to finish it off. That's that one. See if we can pop over there and finish this off. Sleepless nights make Ganu Valley's mind maelstrom of fog. Does Netherling bring plants Ganu Valley seeks? I think I do. Netherling brings rest at last. Ganu Valley's troubles become sustenance for Gurgle Grass, and Big Wheel of Nature turns without hindrance. All right. So now we'll just wait to get into a party that's going to be fighting here in the Limitless Blue. Let's see. Something else we can do. Give it a try anyways while we wait. We need to get our Crafters and Gatherers quests underway. We haven't done anything with them in Heavensward so far. Lance of a Lifetime. Probably should wait. See, I think we do have some hunts here we could do, but I'd rather wait till we can fly so I don't have to run all around. Takes a while to be running for those. Let's see what other hunts we've got here. We got 2 stars and 1 stars. There's an elite mark bill. Which one is that? White Joker and Central Shroud. And some regular mark bills, which we haven't done any of those. Yeah, we'll go take a look. We hope we get, hope this queue pops soon, but if it's not going to, we might as well at least get started on some of these Crafters and Gatherers to get them underway for this expansion. Ah, Anne, I trust you have continued carving away at perfection in our art. I have a somewhat unusual request for you today, finding the owner of an errant spear. A member of Gridania's finest brought it to me after discovering it during his patrol. How it ended up in the North Shroud is a mystery, but it is a fine piece of craftsmanship. The style is undeniably Ishgardian, though few could tell as much as the spearhead is missing. To a master, however, the love of both carpenter and wielder for this weapon is obvious. The haft has been worn smooth through use, revealing the quilted pattern of the wood. It is a king amongst lances. I thank the whaler for his help, though it is a great pity he could not find the spearhead. Regardless, it deserves to be returned to he who loved it. I know I would be distraught if I lost such a treasure. As guildmaster, my duties keep me firmly rooted here. Yet you, as an adventurer, have spread your branches far and wide, hence why I have brought it to your attention. Thankfully, the lance gives us a clue as to its owner. Here, the winged crown of the Temple Knights carved upon the shaft. Of course, this only somewhat narrows the field, but a member of their order may be able to help. Judging by the age of the spear, the more veteran the better. In any case, I now leave this in your capable hands. Let's see. Broken Spear. Take that to the veteran Temple Knight in Ishgard. And while we're here, okay. Excuse me. Change to leather worker. See if we make our way on up to Giva. Get that one started. Ah, Anne, good. Something has happened recently that has not happened in a long time. An order has come from Ishgard. A merchant named Eld has requested a selection of Fen-Eel's finest goods. I've seen to it personally that she will get our best. I want you to deliver the guild samples to her at the Jeweled Crozier, but only because I can trust the important part of this task to you and you alone. If I know anything of merchants, this is a prelude to a substantial order. The guild will not take it. Our production puts the balance of the Twelveswood in enough peril as it is. There, I believe you can turn her down without offering offense, and if she is insistent, you've learned how to say no from me. In any case, I trust I won't be hearing more about the matter. All right. And also botanist here in Britannia. Hey, Tony over on DLive, thanks for the follow, I appreciate it. How are you doing today? Good morrow to you, Anne. It does my spirit well to see you again. Inspired by your words, I have been reflecting upon the relationship between man and forest. I should like to hear your opinion on... Ufucha, I'm back! Have you given any thought to my request? Oh, I beg your pardon. I didn't know you had a guest. Judging by your attire, I take it you're a botanist as well? Oh, yeah, thank you, Tony. I'm sure I will. This is actually not my first time going through the story. I'm just reliving it here. Usually been skipping a lot of stuff in recent years, so I thought I'd do a playthrough where I don't skip anything. So maybe it will remind me of some things I may have forgotten about, actually. So just kind of going through it, talking to folks and seeing what you think of the story and the whole bit. If you've got any tips or tricks, for example, have anything you'd like to say about the story. Spoilers are okay. I'm not worried about that, but just anything you'd like to chat about, really. And if you play, then of course I'd be curious in hearing about your experiences as well. I am sorry, but our situation is unchanged. I am afraid there are no botanists at present who can assist with your story. I won't make a burden on myself, I promise. I just need them to answer a few questions in their spare time. What about this adventurer here? She looks like a capable sort. Anne, well, she is certainly one of our best. But first things first, allow me to introduce you to Muji Murala, a reporter for the Raven. She is planning a series of articles for which she requests our guild's cooperation. Specifically, she would like to follow the doings of a first-rate botanist for an indefinite period of time. Alas, none among us who meets her stringent requirements can afford to engage her at present. None save for perhaps you, Anne. Ooh, my salvation is come and her name is Anne. What exciting adventures into botany will she take me on, I wonder? As to that, we have received a petition for aid from faraway Ishgard. You will recall our dear friend and colleague, Roytaloin, who resides in the central highlands of Kurthis. Well, a friend of his is struggling to raise crops in the Ishgardian frontier, and he begs us send a botanist to aid him. The Ishgardian frontier? That sounds positively wild. I can already picture the title, Foreign Botanist at the Fore Frontier. I've got a good feeling about this. I'll go on ahead to Roydaloin's place and ask him a few questions. She certainly wastes no time. Assuming you are willing to take on this task and bear with Mujia, please pay Roydaloin a visit yourself and have the particulars from him. I have no doubt that you will gain much from the experience. For good measure, here's a letter of introduction, and in case you have forgotten, Roydaloin can be found at Skyfire Locks. Good luck to you, Anne. Hey, just in the nick of time. Good. Let's change our... I'm glad it waited until I got finished with that. Alright, well let's get in here. And go fight Bismarck. See, waiting on one tank. There we go. Whoops, what did I do there? Got caught by that one. I pay attention. killers there, it looks like. Yep. Ooh, we got two folks down. Oh, healer's up. Gotta go through another round of this. Whoa, what happened there? Oh, he banged us, that's right. Try him again. There we go. Here we go. Ah, yes, regaining another crystal, I think. Right, good. And of course it's the wind crystal, being in the sea of clouds.
Warrior light, beloved Eidolon, all made darkness, light to none, hearken, receiver, blessing, small.
So falls the Lord of Mists, as did all others before him. How many times does this make, Warrior of Light? Ah, how much you have grown, far beyond the limits of mere mortals.
She has what we seek?
That she does. The key to Azizla and the secrets of Alag. I see you have regained the blessing of light. albeit at a fraction of its former strength.
Yeah, Heidelin's voice is getting stronger now, since we're getting more crystals back again.
My thanks to you, Asian. And to you as well, Warrior of Light, for saving us the effort of slaying Bismarck.
Sure, church dude, don't mention it.
But the key is within our grasp. The path to the heavens shall at last be laid bare. By our deeds shall the wrongs of antiquity be righted, and man reclaim the reins of history.
That sounds so familiar. The man reclaimed the reins of history. Have you ever played Final Fantasy XII? When you run into Sid, he has a similar line of thought. I remember in his speech as well. The history back in the hands of man, or something like that. This should give us our ability to fly, I think. Forgive me, Anne. Had I known what was happening, mayhap I could have done something to stop them. Alas, Wedge and I were still sealed within the engine room and heard naught of the struggle until it was over. And now, for all our efforts, the Archbishop holds the very thing we sought to keep from him. But all is not lost, for we yet live, and we know their destination. Let us give chase and bring an end to their machinations. There we go. We can fly here now. And let's see, level 57 quest, and we'll get a wind-up Sid. Oh yeah, thanks Tony. Yeah, that was certainly a speech that sticks out in my mind anyways when they encounter him in FF12, for sure. Though we failed to secure the key, we must not forget that we succeeded in ridding the realm of another primal and prevented the Vanu Vanu's lands from being consumed in so doing. The Zundu, at least, shall be glad of our deeds this day. Let us go and inform Chief Sanu of our victory. Sid and the others will need a moment to tend to the Enterprise besides. All right. Well, let's go do that then.
Wait, something is amiss. Imperial troops. And they have already secured the area.
Reveal yourselves at once!
Oh yeah, take care of yourself, Tony.
There
If,
I was,
if
expecting
you're
more
around
beastmen.
for any
Who
day,
are
the
you?
same time every day in the week, about except for Monday, I'm here doing some kind of stream. So thanks for your time today. I hope you have a great day. And there I was expecting more beastmen. Who are you?
I thought Ishgardians responsible for the disappearance of our scouts, but I see now that I was mistaken. Just as Huaya observed, the Warrior of Light is wont to appear at the most inopportune times.
The Warrior of Light? She who bested Van Baelsar?
It would seem that the famous hero of Eorzea seeks Azizlar as well. Hardly unexpected. The secrets of the Allagan's power to bind icons to their will could scarcely fail to interest the scions of the Seventh Dawn. You know as well as we what will ensue should these insatiable creatures be allowed to roam free. That their very existence threatens the life of this star. We but disagree on the solution to the problem.
Genocide has ever been the Empire's favored recourse. And that is why we will continue to oppose your every attempt to claim Eorzea.
You do not hesitate to speak your mind, even when your every word could be your last. Alas, your sentiments betray the narrowness of your view. The fate of Eorzea and its inhabitants is of little concern next to the fate of the world. 'Tis my solemn charge as Emperor to bring the icons to heel. If this requires the extermination of certain elements, then so be it.
No, don't! They are not his thralls!
Oh, that's some pretty precise bombardment there.
Where did that come from?
Take cover!
Your Radiance, we must withdraw.
Oh.
We shall meet again, Warrior of Light. On that you have my word.
So Garlemald too has designs on Azizlar. But why would the Emperor himself elect to lead the expedition?
Man, that's some surgical striking there. from those weapons. Like the explosion doesn't go any more than maybe a radius of, 5 to 10 feet, it looks like. Everybody's too close together to pick out individual targets like that from such a huge cannon, I would think. But they're able to do it in this story, so it's working out. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I would stand less than 20 paces from the Emperor of Garlemald, Varys Zosgalvus in the flesh. I assumed the commander that accompanied him must be the legatus of whom the centurion spoke. Forgive me. This is neither the time nor place for such idle speculation. Pray, return to the Enterprise at once. It occurs to me that our friends may have run afoul of Imperial forces as well. I have yet to apprise Chief Sanu of all that has occurred, but once I have, we will rejoin you at the airship. And we can now fly over to Sid. Thank the 12 you're alive, Anne. When that battleship appeared and fired on the village, we feared the game was up for you and Alphino. What in the seven hells happened out there? First the Archbishop turns up with an Ascian in tow, and now the God's damned Emperor pays us a visit. What is this, a procession of notable bastards? Who's next? The Keeper of the Seventh Bloody Gate? No one so notable, Master Garland. I am happy to report that the Zundu were overjoyed to learn of Bismarck's demise. Chief Sanu sends his warmest regards, Anne. There was much talk of westerly winds. Miraculously, none suffered lasting harm during the raid. It would seem the Zundu were taken entirely unawares and wisely chose to offer no resistance. I sense they have no more to fear from the Empire, for the present at least. Had the Emperor truly been intent on their extermination, Zundu would have already been leveled. Plainly, Varys is only interested in reaching Azys Lla. Speaking of which, if you're all ready to continue the chase, the Enterprise is as well. Shall we? All right. Level 67, and still not finished with Heavensward. That road to 80 buff. Wow. Right, let's unpack our wind-up Sid. Ten levels above the story level now. Lest you wonder, Wedge was able to calculate the heading indicated by the beam of light emitted by the key. If Azys Lla lies in that direction, we'll find it. The Soleil may have a lead on us, but she's no Enterprise. We'll catch them, you'll see.
I did not think that I would ever have occasion to pilot a suit of Magitech armor again, least of all under these circumstances. My full name is Lucia Go Junius, and I was born a citizen of Garlemald.
Ah, that explains it. When we first met in Ishgard, I very nearly called you Livia.
Livia? Livia Sasjunius? The tribunus who served under Gaius van Baelsar?
Aye, she was my sister, though we spent little time together. After our parents were killed in an uprising, we were sent to live in different households, setting us on separate paths. Livia felt at home on the battlefield and chose to become a soldier, while I underwent training to become a spy.
Then, Ishgard was...
My mission. It was believed that Allagan relics of great worth were stored in the vault, and I was sent to investigate. Though I was given little information at the time, I now suspect I was searching for the key we but recently lost. And then I met Sir Emmerich. 'Twas his usefulness to my mission which prompted me to approach him, but I soon found myself drawn to him for other reasons. He too was a prisoner of his past, judged for his heritage as a bastard son of the Archbishop. Yet unlike my sister and I, he did not curse his fate. He simply rose above it. In time, I came to realize that I had found a man worth following, and a new home besides. And when I subsequently confessed all to Sir Emmerich, he was good enough to accept me into his service.
I do not question your loyalty to Sir Emmerich. It is your loyalty to your sister which concerns me.
I have long been of the opinion that those who dwell in the past risk losing sight of their future. My sister fought for her convictions and for those she held dear. So do I. So must we all.
Well, I, for one, am happy to welcome a fellow Garlean to our merry band. Especially one who can make Magitech armor sing.
Chief, we should be getting close.
Once we break through those clouds, we'll be right where the light was pointing. Right where Azizlar should be.
Hold on, everyone! Look! I think that's it! Chief, is that Allagan? Aye. There's no mistaking their handiwork.
What was that?
Some sort of barrier.
She won't hold, Chief! She's breaking up!
I've lost the artillery propeller!
Sid, it's no use! We must return to Ishgard and find another way!
God damn it all! Why do the Allagans always have to make everything so bloody complicated?
Oh, hey, Lily. Good to see you again this morning. Hey, if you don't mind, check me on the sound levels for this this stream here too. Voice and music and game voices sound about, you know, good, or anything too loud, do you think? And we barely finished repairing the damage incurred during our skyfishing trip. On the other hand, any landing you can walk away from, as they say. I can only presume the Soleil passed through the barrier unscathed. That would certainly explain why the Vanu called it a key. Okay, thank you, Lily. I appreciate that. Assuming Sid is correct, and I have no reason to think that he is not, the Vanu's key is required to pass through the barrier protecting Azizla. But even without it, we must find a way to reach the Isle. I shall have everyone convene at the seat of the Lord Commander that we might discuss how best to proceed. As before, make yourself known to the guardsman when you arrive and he will show you in. Alright then, let's see. To the seat of the Lord Commander. Good old firm Albert there.
In summary, the Isle owes its lofty position to the industry of the Allagans. And we can be all but certain that the Archbishop and his cronies are enjoying the view from its top.
I see.
Oh yeah, I'm in the southeastern U.S. on the East Coast, Lily. I get up every morning early and do 3 hours of streaming every day except Monday currently.
If we are to join them, we will first need to pass through the Isle's etheric barrier, which is, alas, more powerful than most. Powerful enough to make a mess of a perfectly good airship at any rate. As far as I can gather, the barrier mechanism draws ether from the surrounding environment and polarizes its elemental aspect to produce what is, in effect, a wall of lightning.
It seems plain that without the Vanu's key, any attempt to reach the Isle will end in failure.
Oh, okay. Well, good afternoon there then.
Alas, the key was careless enough to leave without us, and I don't think the Vanu keep a spare.
Master Garland, based on your experience, is there no other way that we might breach the barrier?
Well, in the past, we've beaten similar barriers by nullifying them with elemental converters. But the one we're up against this time dwarfs aught we've encountered before. The Enterprise simply isn't large enough to bear the requisite amount of crystals.
I'm reminded of the quantity needed to nullify Leviathan's command of the sea. A veritable mountain of crystals that could only be borne by lashing two galleons together to form a twin vessel, scarcely able to propel itself, much less fly.
That said, we're not without options. If it isn't feasible to nullify the barrier, we might try piercing it.
How?
We create a ram of condensed ether and mount it on my ship. There's just one problem. I don't have the faintest idea how to build one. It's going to take a true authority in the field, I reckon.
Would that the Archons were still with us.
But yesterday evening, I chanced to find Mistress Tataru in unusually high spirits. Assuming I understood her excited ramblings correctly, she has acquired a clue, pointing to the whereabouts of one such individual.
An Archon? Truly?
Ha! Fortune favors the righteous, eh? Well then, let's not waste any time. While you go and look for our missing friend, I'll work on modifying the Enterprise. Her hull will need reinforcing to bear the punishment, not to mention a mount for the ram. Just you wait, my pretty. By the time I'm finished, you'll be an airship reborn.
All right, let's see what she's got to say for us here. And if you're just joining us, welcome to the stream. We appreciate you hanging out with us. We're going through Final Fantasy XIV. Not skipping anything, just reliving the story. Not worried about spoilers or anything. You know, if you've got any kind of comments on Final Fantasy, by all means, you know, drop them down in the chat. That's what we're here for, just to play and chat with you. Thanks for your time, and let's see what we got going on here. Welcome back, Anne. How goes the mission? Did you manage to catch up with the Archbishop and his cronies? So, you finally arrived at Azizla, only to find your way barred by some sort of barrier. Typical. But it's not all bad news. I've made progress in the search for our friends. Don't worry, Anne. We'll get to Azizla yet. When you fled the Victory Feast, you used the ancient watercourse beneath the city, right? Well, shortly after things went back to normal in Ul'dah, I asked Marshal Tarapin to have the tunnels searched. A logical place to look. It was there that you lost contact with Minfilia, Thancred, and Ishtola, was it not? Dare I ask what the Marshal found? I don't actually know. Pippin's message just said that there had been a discovery and that we were to come to the Hall of Flames at our earliest convenience. I dare not think what it might be. We should depart at once. Tataru, let Urianger know to join us in Ul'dah. He will wish to be present as well. Yes, sir. And let's see, off to the Hall of Flames. We are grateful for your assistance, Marshal Tarapin. You saved her grace and father both. 'Tis the least I can do to repay you. Forgive me my impatience, Marshal, but your missive mentioned a discovery? Yes, of course. As per your request, I had my men scour the waterways. Almost immediately, we encountered a difficulty. An entire section of the tunnel had collapsed. With the mineral concern's cooperation, however, we were able to remove the rubble, which yielded the battered bodies of a dozen crystal braves. Go on. Be at ease, Master Alphino. Your friends were not among the deceased. That alone is cause for hope. And then there is this. Ah! Ishtola's wand! I had assumed as much. If I may, Marshal? "'Tis as I did surmise. Judging by the etheric imprint that lingereth yet upon this wand, it hath assuredly been employed in the casting of a most uncommon magic. Namely, the very first that man did conceive to traverse great distances, and the ancient precursor to all methods of travel that utilize the life stream. Blow. The spell entaileth the reduction of the corporeal form into its constituent ether, that the caster might enter the life stream and ride its currents thereby. Unlike the teleportation magics of modern times, it requireth not a lengthy incantation. That Y'shtola should choose to employ such a spell bespeaketh the need for haste. All of which would suggest she managed to escape. Would that it were so simple. Know that the scholars of Sharlayan forbade the use of this spell, and with good reason. The caster hath but limited control over his course. For every mage who came safe unto his destination, another would be set adrift in the life stream, never to emerge. What? No! No, you can't mean... Be not downcast, my friends, for there is yet hope. 'Tis like that Y'shtola's passage hath left traces in the life stream. Could we but follow these from the point at which the magic was invoked, we may yet find her. To the Silda excavation site, then. Our thanks for your aid, Marshal. Do not mention it. I shall pray for Lady Y'shtola's safe return. Alright, and let's see, while I am here, let's prioritize that one. I'll go ahead and start the crafter and gatherer quests for those jobs that are here in Ul'dah. Let's see, first let's go for goldsmith. And just the woman I was hoping to see, and I'm not saying that just to be nice. Mind you, I do pride myself on being nice. You recruit more apprentices with honey than vinegar, after all, but where was I? Oh, of course, there's a certain someone I'd like to introduce to you. A special someone at that. His name is Marcel, and he's in charge of handling commissions from some of Esthaim's more prestigious clients. We're talking the elite of the elite here. Marcel's clients expect nothing less than the finest, which means that Marcel trusts only our guild's most accomplished to fill his orders. Getting the call from Marcel is a sure sign that you've made it in the goldsmithing world, but I'm sure you can see where this is going, Anne. It seems your fine work has earned you something of a reputation. With that, plus a vote of confidence from little old me, Marcel has personally requested your services for his latest commission. Why, he's waiting for you at Esthaim's Aesthetics, even as we speak. You're excited, aren't you? I know I'm excited. Right. And then we'll begin Weaver here as well. Greetings, Anne. I trust you haven't let your needlework lapse since we spoke. I'm busy as ever, of course. The orders come and go and come. Sometimes I miss when I could wander abroad to study fashion, but that time is long past. The burden of being a guildmaster, I suppose. But you, my friend, are free as a bird, aren't you? I wonder if I might travel vicariously through you. Anne? I'd love nothing more than to learn what the seamstress have dreamed up during the Holy Sea's isolation. Yes, you could work there as a proper weaver, learning the tastes of lords and ladies alike. If you serve a noble house, all the better. I suppose that does raise the question of which noble house, of course. I've no connections with the Holy See, I'm afraid, and my knowledge of Ishgard is limited. Well, save for House Halenart. Their sigil, their sigil is a red rose upon a field of black. A rose is a rose is a rose, as they say, and if one of their guardsmen has any wit, then you may well land a commission. Failing that, I will leave you to your own devices. Good luck. And then Alchemist. My favorite assistant! I have just the task for you. One of your alchemical prowess may scoff upon hearing it, but reserve your judgment. Only you, who has touched the pinnacle of our art, can accomplish it. I must ask you to deliver a report to a friend. Dietrich can help you with the minutiae, the who, the what, and so on. Now, go! Let's see what Dietrich has to say about this. So, he foisted it upon you, I see. Here's the certificate of appraisement for Wiltwake. Did the guildmaster not? No? Why do I ask? Well, Wiltwake is a member of the Adventurers Guild and responsible for keeping the peace in Revenant's Toll. He recently asked Mr. Severian to analyze evidence left behind at some crime scene. I just handed you the results. I think the guildmaster gave you the task because he could not be because he trusts your skill as an alchemist. Alright, and then minor here. Well, Anne, as I live and breathe, I don't suppose you would be interested in a commission, would you? The guild just received a request from Sellswords in Ishgard. I know how that sounds, but it's a company that's been charged with doing a mineral survey, and they need an expert's eye. Their captain is an Uldan, too, one who's familiar with the guild's way of doing things. Now, Ishgard's territory is untamed and dangerous, but it's worth it to go where no miner has gone before, and I urge you to accept. Lynette can supply proof that you're a genuine guild member if you do. All right, Lynette. I take it you're the one to explore the mineral wealth of Ishgard? Excellent! Well, the mercenaries who sent for you are employed by one of the high houses. These papers will serve as proof of your position. As you will technically be employed by House Fortam, I think the courteous thing to do is to go to their manor and speak with a knight. The best of luck to you. Alright, let's resume the story from here. And we'll make our way over to Limsa Lominsa at some point to start those crafting and gathering sequences. My approach to crafting and gathering in each expansion from here on out, since we finished Realm Reborn, there's only 10 levels that you make for each expansion. So what I'll do is basically wait till I can fly in each area before I worry about leveling the crafters and gatherers, since it'll be a lot easier to fly and gather materials that way. And we'll spend several streams, I imagine, leveling everybody up to 60, at least for Heavensward, and then we'll hold off until we get into the next expansion after that. Evidence of Ishtola's passage will have been made faint by time, but mayhap some few scant traces yet remain to guide our steps. Yeah, crafting and gathering is not for everybody, but I guess back before they started giving you a lot of good gear for completing the job quests, or like whatever job you chose, like monk or tank, healer, whatever. I like to level my crafters and gatherers a lot more then, because you could make gear. I'd make high quality gear for myself, but now you get it as part of the story quest, so there's really not much call for it unless you're just using it to make money in the game, typically. But I still like the process. So that's why I still like to keep them all leveled, because you can make your own fun glamour items or housing items, even minions, the whole bit. So I just like doing it. It's kind of fun when you don't feel like adventuring anyways or fighting stuff. The trail leadeth to the north and east, unto the bosom of the Twelveswood. Are you certain? Aye, there is no mistake. Thither hath Ishtola journeyed. And yet the Gridanians have reported no sightings. We must take this to mean she is still adrift. If it be so, I do fear for our friend. Contrary to its name, the life stream is more akin to a raging torrent. Linger overlong in the midst of this maelstrom, and the ether that formeth one's soul shall surely be scattered, ne'er to be reformed. We have no time to waste. Urianger, pray explore all possible options for reversing the effects of this forbidden magic. And Tataru, we three shall press on to Gridania and petition the Elder Seedseer's aid. Off to Gridania then. Here we go. It is said that the elementals perceive the life stream. If, as we suspect, Ishtola is still adrift in its mist, they may be able to find her, but if we are to appeal to them for assistance, we must needs do so through their chosen, the Pajal. It is imperative, therefore, that we speak with Khan A. Senna without delay. I have already requested an audience with the Elder Seedseer. She will receive us in the Lotus Stand presently. We need but speak with the conjurer yonder to be admitted. The Elder Seed Seer awaits. Pray, follow me. Be welcome, my friends, and speak freely. I gather your suit will admit no delay. It will not, my lady. Pray forgive the abrupt nature of our request, but it is a matter of life and death. You see, our friend is caught in the live stream right now, we think. I see. As you say, we must needs act swiftly if we are to free Y'shtola from the ungentle pull of the life stream. And as you have surmised, we cannot do this unaided. However,
in requesting the Elemental's assistance to find Y'shtola, you must needs be aware of one difficulty. A difficulty born of the fundamental difference between man and Elemental.
That being?
In perceiving the world around him, man relies upon senses such as sight and sound. For the sake of convenience, he gives names to such things as are near or dear to him. Being formed of pure ether, however, such concepts are foreign to the Elementals. Instead, they perceive by observing the ebb and flow of the energies of life. So profound a division cannot be bridged with simple discourse. The Elementals' voices stir not the air, and thus reach not our ears, while our words are but wind to them. Though we seers can commune with them through feelings, naught that we can impart will serve to aid them in identifying Y'shtola. Nay, they must needs be presented with ether which is akin to hers. If you could but find a family member.
Oh! I know just the person! Y'shtola has a sister who came to live in Gridania. She told me about her once.
Oh, that is most fortunate indeed. Pray, seek this sister out then, and bring her to Evershade. There, we shall petition the Great One's aid in finding your lost companion.
well, that's a stroke of luck. If memory serves, Y'shtola's sister is named Ymitra. She's supposed to be a member of the Sons of St. Koinik. Anyway, she spends most of her time around Apkalu Falls, from what I recall. Let's look for her there. Hey, welcome, Basatai, if I said that correctly. Appreciate you dropping in to check us out today. We're just playing and chatting here. I've been through the story, many times, but usually skipped it in recent years. So we're playing through without skipping anything, and just trying to relive some memories here. So don't worry about spoilers or anything like that. If you have any comments at all you want to make on the game, that's fine. Or any comments in general. If you've got something you just want to talk about, that's what we're here for, just to chat. Oh, that's cool. All right. Well, good. Yes, is there something you require? Lady Amitra, it is an honor to meet you. My name is Alphino Levelier, and this is Tataru Taru. And my name is An Adventurer. So, you are my sister's comrades in the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. When I heard that your people were being pursued, I desperately sought to reach Stola, but all mine efforts were to no avail. Now I know why. A forbidden spell of all things. That she should be so reckless. But what's done is done. I thank you for bringing word to me. Needless to say, I should be glad to help. Though we were born of different mothers, our veins course with the same father's blood. I hope that this will be enough for the elementals. Come, let us make for Evershade at once.
Let us begin. Raya O, Arun, if you would. Hearken to me, O great ones. Pray give yourselves to the life stream, a drifting soul to find.
Please, Y'shtola. Please come back to us.
There. Now! A room has been readied at the roost. Pray, bear her thither at once. All that remains is to pray, my friends.
Awesome. Found one. Oh, Ishtola. Just seeing her face again. It's... Oh, I've been so worried. Yeah, Tataru, she wears her emotions on her sleeve, doesn't she? She's so concerned. Ishtola is resting within an inn room. Though she's still unconscious, the signs are positive. The conjurers say she is in sound health and should awaken before long. Isn't that wonderful? Now, while we wait for Ishtola to wake up, I thought I'd take the opportunity to finish my little surprise for her. It's something I've been working on for a while now in the hope that she'd one day return to us. It wants for just a couple more items before it's ready. I've already placed orders for these items. Could I ask you to retrieve them for me? One is with the Leatherworkers Guild and another is with the Conjurers Guild. Speak with Mistress Giva and Brother Isumi Yan and they ought to take care of you. Indeed, we shall speak with them. Well, if it isn't Anne, looking for some hides to tan mayhap. Here to retrieve an order for Mistress Tataru, you say? You come at a good time. I finished it but moments ago. It was no small coup working it to her specifications, but I did it nonetheless. Payment has already been settled. However, did that girl come by chimerical hide anyway? You need either balls of steel or a bottomless coin purse, and it seemed to me she had neither. Okay. You are come to Stillglade Fane, the home of the Conjurers Guild. How may I assist you? Ah, yes, Mistress Tataru's order. As requested, it has been sanctified in the sight of the elementals. I know not what she intends for the staff, but it is a most singular artifact. Even one possessed of my experience would struggle to wield it. Carline Canopy. Let's go to the airship landing and just run upstairs. Ah, you're back. You have the items, I hope. I do. I've got Tataru's Conjury Commission and Tataru's Leatherwork Commission. Ooh, it's precisely as I requested. A perfect match for the other pieces. Truly, Giva is a master among masters. And the staff completes the surprise. Thank you so much, Anne. I can't wait to see what Ishtola thinks of the surprise. Lest you wonder, she's doing very well, and the conjurers have left her in her sister's care. Let's go and pay them a visit, shall we?
Ishtola! I'm so glad you're back!
Tataru. You are safe. Thank the 12. Something has changed about you, Alphino. Or mayhap the change is with me. I seem to sense the ether around me more keenly than before.
I am pleased to see you well again. Do you feel strong enough to talk?
Worry not. I am well enough.
Tell us then, what befell you after you fled the feast? We were told that there had been a tunnel collapse.
That was my doing. I brought the tunnel down that you and Minfidia might escape. At the last moment, I invoked a teleportation magic, in hopes of spiriting Thancred away at least. Needless to say, it did not go quite as planned, and I found myself adrift in the life stream. The others? Where are they? Did they not escape?
They remain unaccounted for. You were the only one we have been able to find. I am truly sorry. It was the Crystal Braves who pursued you that day. My hubris that led to our undoing.
No apologies are necessary, Alphino. You are not to blame for what occurred. Know that were our comrades here, they would commend you for keeping the light of hope alive.
Don't worry. The others are alive and well, I'm sure of it. We just need to find them.
Indeed, Tataru. Let us find our friends and rebuild the Scions.
Ha! There is the Alphino I remember. And I feel much the better for his return. 'Tis time I arose.
That reminds me. I have a change of clothes for you. I don't like to boast, but I made them myself. I learned how to weave while we were in Ishgard, you see.
Tataru has apprised me of all that took place in the aftermath of the assassination plot. It would seem I have been away for some while.
Yes, much and more happened during your absence. At present, we seek to follow the Archbishop to Azisla.
And you want for some manner of etheric ram to pierce the floating isle's protective barrier?
We do. Might you be able to furnish us with one?
A means to prise open a hole in an Allagan barrier. And one large enough to admit an airship, no less. Nay, I lack the knowledge to devise such a weapon. But I know of one who could. A leading figure in the field of etheric research, and one of the finest scholars ever to grace Sharlayan. Matoya, my former master.
In my youth, I had the honor of studying under Matoya. In the field of etheric research, she was without rival. I have no doubt that her knowledge will be of aid to our cause. The question is, will she share it with us? My master has ever been willful. The gods forbid anyone disagrees with her. When the Garlean Empire first marched upon Eorzea some 15 years ago, the denizens of Sharlayan were summoned back to the motherland. However, Matoya refused to join the exodus. To this day, she lives a hermit's life on the fringes of the abandoned city. So it is to the Dravanian hinterlands that we must go, to the place of my birth. Though Alice and I were born in Sharlayan, our days there were short. We remained only until the exodus, and I have not returned since. Oh, so it's to be a homecoming then. As fine a reason as any to go to Sharlayan, and it would afford us the opportunity to pay my master a visit. I believe you have mistaken our primary objective, Ishtola. At any rate, the journey will take us through largely unknown territory. Let us first return to Ishgard and make our preparations. Okay, let's see. We need to go to the Aetheryte Plaza. All right, I'll take this opportunity to go to Limsa and start the crafters and gatherers there before resuming the story then. So I'll have all those crafter and gatherer quests queued up, and we can work on them while we wait for other things to happen. All right, so first one, let's go ahead over to Blacksmith. Ever since you came to me, Anne, it's been smooth sailing for the guild, but I fear it's time for you to spread your wings and earn a taste of the renown owed a smith of your talent. It just so happens I've found the perfect job for you. With proper Ishgardian nobility, some steward by the name of Fremendanes here all sly-like after be very best. Ain't no higher honor for a smithy than winning a name in the land of knights, so I trust you'll hear the man out. He's waiting for you at the winch. Yeah, go ahead and do that. I should prioritize the main story quest so it stays at the top of my quest list over here. Might you be Master Brithail's pupil? A pleasure, madam. I am Fremendane, steward to House Gervain. How do you do? I have come to secure the services of a blacksmith. Your guildmaster intimated that you are the best, and only the best will do for my mistress, Baroness Laurice. In another age, her family formed the backbone of the Temple Knights. However, the house has fallen upon hard times, and Milady has lost her lands, her power, and her father. Yet her resolve is pure steel. She practices daily with a blade to earn a place among the Temple Knights and thus restore her house's good name. Aid her, and I dare say your talent will become famous throughout the realm. I should mention that I cannot promise traditional payment, but I am sure the honor of serving House Gervain has intrigued you, at the very least, and I do hope you will join me at the Jeweled Crozier. I bid you good day, madam. Not enough to hire a chocobo home. Well, I can walk and sleep out. Oh, please excuse me, madam. It's nothing, really. Goodbye. And next armorer. And the very armorer I was hoping to see. Have you a moment or two to spare? It's about Blanster. Ever since he lost that contest, he's been keeping his distance from the forge. Then one day, he simply appears as if naught had happened and starts banging out a breastplate on one of the anvils. He crafts an entire suit, then mumbles something to the effect of understanding the true nature of armor. When I asked what he was on about, the daft old sod says he intends to don his own work, then go looking for battle in the wilds. Now, Blanster's a big lad, but he couldn't fight his way out of a fishing net. I tried to talk him out of it, of course, but you can imagine how that ended. Which brings me to your part in this, Anne. I suspect he'd more willingly lend an ear to someone whom he's not so inclined to despise. You'll find him loitering in his usual spot, if you're of a mind to convince the stubborn Aurochs. And I'll go have a word with that stubborn Auroch and see what he's got to say. Well, look who it is. Listen, lass, I know Hananza sent you. Just keep walking your own path and I'll walk mine. I've been doing a lot of thinking these past moons, you see, and I finally found me answer. I'll learn the secrets of armorcraft not in the flames of the forge, but in the heat of battle. And if I die in the doing of it, I'll go to me grave with no regrets. Don't try to stop me, Anne. And you can tell that forge master of yours to keep her twitchy nose out of me damn business and all. Well, I guess we might as well go talk to Hananza again then. At least until it sends us somewhere else. So the old buzzard wouldn't listen to you either. It seems an excess of self-reflection has sent his thoughts down an odd track. You are no stranger to combat, Anne. Mayhap you are still the right lass for the job. I want you to follow Blanster, quietly mind, and see that he doesn't get himself killed. Assuming he sticks to his ridiculous plan, you'll find him out near the eyes. Alright. Now let's switch to Culinarian. And if you're just joining the stream, thank you for dropping in. We really appreciate it. We're just playing through the story on Final Fantasy XIV without skipping anything, or trying not to skip anything. We might make a mistake here and there. But welcome. Now, if you got any comments or suggestions, by all means, drop them down in the chat and let us know how you're doing if you'd like to. Of course, if you just prefer to lurk, that's okay too. We're just happy to have you here enjoying the story and the atmosphere with us. And check out my links in the channel if you would. We've got presence on YouTube, TikTok, let's see, Facebook, Instagram. Just go check it out. Maybe you'll find something you like there as well. And drop us a follow if you are enjoying the stream too. We really appreciate it. Well, if it ain't Anne. Ever a sight for sore eyes, lass. You've been keeping all the cooking You've been keeping at the cooking, I shouldn't doubt. Skilled as you are, though, I reckon it's a struggle for you to keep things interesting. If that's the case, and you're anchoring for a challenge, might be as I can introduce you to someone. You know's the missing member? It's the tavern what's owned by Roswin, the lady captain of the Sanguine Sirens. Her entire crew's formed of members of the gentler sex, though gentle ain't a word I'd ever use to describe that lot. Any road, the head waitress there's got a task what calls for a consummate culinarian, and yours was the first name what came to mind. If you reckon you might be interested, take yourself over to the missing member and make yourself known to Mel Coco. She'll tell you what she needs doing. I'll go give that a look-see, and see where that drops us off here. Greetings and welcome to the missing member. Do you have a reservation, madam? You're Anne of the Culinarians Guild. It's a pleasure to finally make your acquaintance. Lingzeth has told me all about you. I'm Mel Coco, the head waitress of this fine establishment, and I'd like you to participate in the Delamont d'Or, the most prestigious of all cooking contests. You see, the winner of the previous edition of the contest is none other than our head chef, Hamasi Tia, and he's a right bloody bastard. Well, what I meant to say was, he is an insufferable man. But don't take my word for it. Speak with him for yourself and you'll understand. You'll find him inside the restaurant, doubtless with a self-satisfied look on his face. Here to dine, are you? Too bad. I cook only for the sirens or guests with reservations. I am busy training for the award ceremony of the Delamont d'Or. As this will be my second victory running, expectations will be higher than ever. Shall I play the unassailable champion, carefree as you please? Or shall I be sentimental in triumph and shed tears of joy? No, wait, now that I think on it, I could also show disgust at the lack of sport. Ah, there are just too many ways to win. Okay, well that's close. We can finish off Culinarian then. I trust you now understand my meaning. Every word of his fairly oozes conceit, and it makes me want to shove a hot skillet down his smirking bunghole. Beg your pardons for the language. I forget myself sometimes. Now, as much as I hate to admit it, Hamasi Tia is very good at what he does. Otherwise, he wouldn't have won the Delamont d'Or in the first place, nor would Captain Roswin have hired him to treat her crew. Word of his culinary skills has since gotten out to the locals, and our place is now constantly booked out moons ahead. But all the fame and attention went to Hamasi Tia's head, and these days, He swaggers about as though he were the 12's gift to our taste buds. Why, if he doesn't like the look of a patron, he'll refuse to cook for them, and that's assuming he even turns up to work. Can you believe the gall of this whoreson? Oh, but there I go again with my cussin'. You must forgive me. At any rate, I trust you now understand why I want you to enter the Delmont d'Or, so you can beat Hamasi Tia and put him in his place. Ah, such a heaping helping of poetic justice it will be. You've gotten the best of even the chef's bane. I'm confident that you have what it takes to win. Unless you worry, the contest won't be for a while yet, so you should have ample time to prepare. I'll have more details for you before long. Please come by again. Got muscle memory. All right, let's see. I need to switch out here. There we go. All right, so that's all for culinarian for now. Let's see. Let's do Fisher. Get that one underway. Well, if it isn't my old friend Anne, and not a minute too soon. Not that I don't appreciate your company or anything, but I need you to go and deliver something for me right away. Wawalagos had a visitor, you see. Not only did the poor fellow have to put up with our dear guildmaster blathering on about who knows what for hours on end, but he left his rod behind as well. Would you mind taking it back to him? If it was just the rod that was at stake, I'd get that lazy guildmaster of ours to take it back himself, but this fellow's a master fisherman who's traveled to every corner of the world. According to Wawalago, he knows all about these secret fishing spots that aren't on any of our charts. Hence why you're the woman for the job. Not only can you be trusted to get his precious pole back to him in one piece, but you can have a chat with this chap and learn something useful in the bargain. It wouldn't do for our guild's angling ace to fall behind on her studies. Mayhap he'll tell you about some far-flung fishing holes that even the famous Wawalagos never heard of, and you'll be able to test your mettle against a whole new kettle of fish. The fisherman you're looking for is an Elizan fellow named Anselm. He's staying at the Drowning Wench. If you hurry, you should be able to catch him before he heads off on his travels again. We might as well go hit him up at the Drowning Wench then. Well, it's time I was on my way. Another pint of Baderon's Peculiar and I'm like to fall asleep in the snow. Oh, hello there. Is there aught I can assist you with? Here's a forgotten rod. Goodness, is that my rod? I left it in the Fisherman's Guild, you say? Dear me, I was having so much fun catching up with my old friend Wawalago that I forgot all about my most faithful companion. I thank you for coming out of your way to return it to me. Are you a member of the guild then? I don't recall seeing your face down in Fisherman's Bottom. Well, you see, it's kind of part-time thing. You are? Good show, lass. It's always a pleasure to speak with a fellow fish fancier. So tell me, what's been your biggest catch so far? Well, I caught the Maslea marlin for my final quest. Yep, you caught a Maslea marlin. Hold on a moment. You're not Anne, are you? The girl who lifted the fishing ban and saved the guild? Wawalago told me all about you, and in the most glowing of terms. It's a pleasure to have met you, Anne. I wish I could stick around and chat, but it's past time I was heading home to Ishgard. If you're ever in the area, you must come and visit me and tell me about your adventures in angling. Like as not, you'll find me in the Forgotten Night. You could say he's the drowning wench's long-lost lover. Drop in whenever you like, and I'll give you a guided tour of some of my homeland's best spots to drop a lure. Till then, Anne. All right. And let's see. All right, we're supposed to speak with Blanster near the eyes for our armor. We might as well do that before we head out of the area. Let's see. That is in Lower Lanoska. Hey, Mr. B. Are you injured? 'Twas fortunate we happened by. You were more like to harm yourself with that flailing than slay your intended opponent. I must say, however, I do admire your devotion to your craft. Mayhap we shall call on you the next time we have need of an armorer. Safe travels, my friend. I thought I was a dead man, clad meself in me finest armor, that I could hardly move, let alone fight. Who'd have thought a rat could give me so much grief? A bleeding rat! Mean little bugger he was. But as I stared death in its furry face, I had meself an epiphany. I've got to get back to the forge, and then I'll be ready to try again. Yeah, ready to kill a rat. What are you doing out here anyways? Well, I'll leave you to your business. I can hobble back to Limsa on me own, thanks very much. Okay. Yeah, I'll just port back in there. Save a little bit of time. For 79 whopping gil. And let's see, we need to report to Hananza about that. Well, I'm glad to hear the old bastard survived his foolishness this time. From the sounds of it, though, he doesn't intend to stop there. I know you have more productive things to do than mind a full-grown man, but can I ask you to stay near to Blanster for a while? If you can't reach him with words, then mayhap you can guide him with craft. Speak with the man and offer to aid him with his work. And while you're teaching by example, you might even learn something new yourself. Well, that's true. It weren't the most heroic of battles, but even a brief scuffle like that made me realize something. Ain't never spared much thought for the folk what are wearing me armor. Huh? First you try to stop me and now you want to help me. Make up your bloody mind, lass. All right, I'll take ye on, but I can't promise as you'll have much to do. I've searched the depths of me craftsman's soul and come out with a whole new view of things. From now on, I'll be putting myself in me customer's boots before I forge a piece. I've mapped me a course, and it's a straight run from here to greatness. All right. So that's enough for now. Let's head back to Ishgard. And he is right here. Sharlayan is situated in the Dravanian hinterlands. To get there, we must strike west and traverse the breadth of the Dravanian forelands. Make no mistake, it will be a grueling journey. The party shall be comprised of Anne, Ishtola, and myself. The Taru pray remain in Ishgard and continue the search for our missing friends. Yes, sir. First, let us make for Tailfeather. Right, and I think we will finish up a few here. Fisherman. There we go. Anne, you came. A warm welcome to Ishgard. Well, as warm as it gets up here anyway. So are you ready to learn all about my favorite fishing holes? It'll soon be the end of the stormy season in Kurthis, so we'll be able to fish to our heart's content without being frozen solid. Come back in a little while and I'll show you some of the perfect places to catch the finest fish in the north. Sounds like a plan. All right. And then let's see. This one is for Lance of a Lifetime. That would be Carpenter. Yeah. I've been with the Temple Knights for more years than I care to remember. Outlived more than a few whelps, too. So, how might I help you, lass? 7 hells take me. I haven't seen a lance like this since I was a squire. The owners like to be old as me, or dead. Who was that one bloke? Some fool joined the order round when I did, only to get himself killed by Beastkin. Reason I remember him is because we found everything but his lance. Had a son, too. Craven lad by the name of Bartholomew. Known to hang about the broom. Take the lance to him if you like, but if I'm right about it, I'm glad it's broken. Any lance that couldn't fend off a few beasts has no place with the Temple Knights. Tuh. Hi, Bartholomew's my name. What business does an adventurer like yourself have with a lowly soldier like me? This is my father's spear. And you say it was in the Black Shroud? I was just a boy the last time I saw this. It was the day my father rode off to battle the horde astride with his steed, a fine man of the Temple Knights. Last time I saw him alive, too. We got his body back by and by, mangled though it was to the 7 hells. Killed by measly Beastkin of all things. Damn milksop. That's the way of Ishgard, adventurer. A man killed by dragons is a hero, and a man killed by beasts. Well, let's just say I've my father to thank for the pox on my house. As I see it, my honor's mine to reclaim. I'll show the Temple Knights I'm worthy of their ranks with the only proof they'll accept, a Dravanian's corpse. but I'll not fight with the spear. I've no desire to be mauled to death like my father. The bow's my weapon now. Or it would be if I had a proper one to hunt dragons. You said you're a woman of the Carpenters Guild, didn't you? Could you do it? Fashion me a proper composite bow, I mean? 'Tis a sudden request, I know, but... Philippole? One moment, my son, I'm busy, but why don't you say hello to the adventurer? Or not? You'll have to excuse the boy. It's just me and him now. I fear his manners have suffered for it. He's a bright lad, and I'm training him to wield the bow. We'll eat for a week on the fowl he brings home, but I've got no delusions. This is a hard life. I want better for him. But back to the matter at hand. I'm not a rich man, and I don't have the gil to pay for a composite bow, but given time, I can scrape a bit together, and then I'll expect your finest. Alright, and let's see. We gotta go to the Jeweled Crozier, Fortom Manor, Jeweled Crozier. Oh, and Botanist at Skyfire Locks we can do sometime. Alright. Mistress Adventurer, thank you. I promise you will not regret the journey here. I hereby entrust the arms and armor of House Gervain to your able care. Why meet here? I am employed at this shop. A second job to pay the bills. I am loath to ask, but would you keep this secret from Baroness Lorice? Baroness Lorice. I beg your pardon, Fremendane. Keep what from me? Milady, I was just saying you were keeping busy with your practice. Has it ended so soon? It takes rather little time to defeat striking dummies. And who is this? Ah, yes. Allow me to present Mistress Adventurer, a most excellent blacksmith come to serve you. Ah, the rumors of your skill precede you, Smith. I am glad to have you. Fremendane, I am going home. Does the pantry need for anything? 2 pumpkins would be appreciated, milady. Unfortunately, I cannot leave to buy them myself in the middle of work. I mean to say, I cannot leave before explaining the smith's duties to her. Very well. The shops of the broom grow cheaper near closing, yes? Hopefully the difference is worth the walk. Milady should not have to worry about saving on foodstuffs. Few noble lines have seen more of their own as Lord Commander than House Gervain. Baroness Lorice's father was himself a renowned knight until... Well, to give you an idea, the house once employed hundreds of servants. I am the only one left. Sir Gervain did not tumble from knighthood. He was pushed, and his family lost much in his fall. To make matters worse, the calamity claimed his life, but his dreams of seeing his house's name restored did not die with him. Milady carries it within herself, and she is without parallel in her conviction. Why, in my eyes, she is Saint Phinia come again. And she is so close, Mistress Adventurer. Ishgard will hold its grand tourney soon, and the who's who of the Temple Knights will attend. They will extend knighthood to the champion. If that is to the Baroness... Yet, as good as she may be, she wants for refinement in her techniques and equipment both. But with a master smith's aid, I know she can shine. Ah, but you must be tired from your journey. All this can wait until you are rested. And let's see, leather workers down here. Welcome, welcome to Eld's House of Excellence. Our signboard is newly hung, but I promise you'll find no finer leatherwork in all of Ishgard. Here are some guild samples. Oh, the guild representative. I beg your pardon, miss. I did not expect you so soon. If you will allow me to look at your samples. Goodness, Fenil's finery puts my best to shame. These will sell splendidly. Please, deliver your guildmaster my compliments and an order for 1,000 circles of leather. Well, you see, we can't quite do that. You can't? No, you have the right of it. I should have known filling such a large purchase would mean a great loss of life in the Black Shroud. I'm very new to this, honestly. Could you help me? Oh, excuse me, that was rather forward. It's just your hands. They're the hands of a true artisan, calloused but strong, deft. I'm a poor leather worker myself, and I could use an experienced advisor, someone who can give me a fresh perspective. And we are all in dire need of a fresh perspective. But I should let you draw your own conclusions, shouldn't I? Please, go and speak with the shopkeepers around here as a customer. I'm certain you'll see what I'm getting at. Okay, well, let's chat with some of them then. Ah, my dear miss, what house do you serve? Oh, I see. Shopping for yourself, eh? Well, my wares are most reasonably priced. In fact, I take great pride in delivering the cheapest of goods to the lowborn. I will not be undersold. A warm welcome to you, miss. Please feel free to visit our many shops. From highborn lords to working commoners, we strive to accommodate everyone's needs. But one word about the cheaper merchandise. If it seems too good to be true, it most likely is. Good advice. If you must go shopping, kindly do so in the broom, sir. What? Must I repeat myself again and again? I do not have anything to sell to the likes of you. Do you understand? You do not have the guild to buy what I have to offer. I have wasted far too much time explaining myself. I have an appointment with the Count de Durandar. Good day, miss. All I wanted was to give me daughter a nice dress for her name day. I've even got the bloody gill. Why can't the poor get nothing nice, even if we got the coin to buy? Pardon me, madam, which of these is best? I need a present to charm my wife, and I can't choose between what all seem to be splendid bags. Thank you for saying so, sir, but if you aren't in a hurry, we're scheduled to get a shipment of far finer than these soon. Finer, eh? Well, only the best for my bride. Could you hold your favorite for me under the name Ortefacle or Ortefachel? I don't know. Oh boy. Ah, how did you find the shopkeepers? Something in their attitude struck you as amiss, yes? Yes, the merchants are concerned only with the coin of nobles and pay little heed to any need of the lowborn that is not low price. The artisans aren't much better. Those that fail to please the high houses are overwhelmed with orders. They slap something shoddy together and sell it to the commoners. As a result, it's difficult for many Ishgardians to find anything but the worst of goods. But why, I ask you, is a commoner's coin less than a lord's? Shouldn't merchants offer high-quality products for everyone? I believe we should. We all deserve well-made goods that are within our budgets. So I opened this shop for all Ishgard, from the Hopland to the Broom. Not everyone shares my belief, but if you see the value in my ideas, I'd love to have your expert advice. I do hope we meet again, my friend. Yeah, tell me about it, Lily. Those names, they seem to draw a lot from the French for most of their names, and I never studied French, so I'm really not sure about the pronunciation on a lot of these for sure. We'll just make our best guess and say them however sounds right to us, I guess. Let's see, what else is here? We've had to go to House for Tom for a couple things. Yeah. Network. And breaking new ground. Okay. So that would be Weaver. Have we worked for a weaver? No, lass, I'm afraid we've not got the gill for such now. But the way I hear it, House Durandare's rolling in the coin. Make your pitch to one of their guards. Mayhap they'll throw some custom your way. And let's see... who else here? What was this one for? Oh, that's for minor. Okay. Go ahead. What brings an adventurer to our doorstep? A sooty envelope does. Of course, the expert from the Miners Guild. Welcome, miss. Welcome. You are one of a very few outsiders with the honor of serving House Fortom. Indeed, the Count has but recently seen fit to hire foreign sellswords for their experience and knowledge of other lands. You are to work with Ocean's Raiders, one such company under our banner. Their captain, Haemerick, can be found between jobs at the Forgotten Knight. No doubt he is enjoying the excellent ale. All right. Work? I can't promise you anything, miss. It's above my station. Ah, but one moment. I do remember hearing that Madame Glenda was looking for one with your skills. She's a widow of a noble and the most devout soul in Ishgard. I imagine you'll find her in St. Raymonau's Cathedral. Okay, no. I'll run up there then. Oh, you took Latin too. Yeah, I had What did I do? I did 2 years of Latin, actually, I guess. In high school, anyways. Why, yes, I am Glinda, and you're a weaver? Praise Helone, you are the answer to my prayers. Consider yourself hired. It's my daughter, Averil. I am schooling her in weaving, but no matter what I say, she doesn't learn. I have spent moons working with the child to no avail. I had nowhere to turn but to the Fury, and I begged her for a proper tutor. Now you are here. Please, go to my daughter. I've told her time and again to stay at home, but she is a most willful child, so you'll likely find her idling about near the Ark of the Venerable. Yes, I'm Averil. Did Mother hire you? A pleasure to meet you, then. I was just taking a breath of air. It's so delightfully fresh here, unlike my stuffy old house. Honestly, I can't stand being stuck indoors. It's always been just me and Mother. She lost Father to the war and took comfort in religion. But now she's only ever at the cathedral praying, or at home telling me how to talk, how to dress, how to act. I wanted to be a chirurgeon to the knighthood. I'd even gotten quite good at conjuring. But would Mother allow it? No, it wasn't maidenly enough. Instead, she saddled me with this insufferable weaving. No offense. Yes, I know she's worried about losing me, but I ask you, what harm is there in me leaving the house? She's trying to keep me trapped in her little bloody cage for all my life. There you are, Averil. Ah, and I see you've met your new weaving instructor. Order anything you wish, my girl. Her work can be something you aspire to. But remember, practice makes perfect, so practice! And I've told you 1,000 times that a maid of your birth shouldn't hang about places like this. You belong at home, alongside your loom and rosary. Is that clear? Yes, Mother. What am I to do? I can't say no to her. She's sacrificed so much raising me by herself. But I can't live like this forever. So I'm forced to lie. My needlework isn't so bad in reality, but if she knew that... I've no intention of studying under you, kind as you seem to be. I simply have no need to. But since Mother already has you on retainer, I suppose I could do with some new clothes, and my skills aren't equal to yours. So when I find an article I can't make myself, I'll be in touch with my order. Until then... Alright, and let's see, we gotta get to... one more over at the Forgotten Knight to finish up Minor, and the others are outside elsewhere. We'll worry about later. You're the one come to help us with the mineral survey? Pleasure to have you, my friend. I'm Heinrich, captain of Ashen's Raiders. You'll like working with us. Me and the lads, we take pride in what we're doing. Wars are lost for want of resources as often as for want of valor, and we can't all be dragon slayers. That attitude's won us the Count's trust, so when the jobs come down from House Fortom, I'm the one who decides how they get done, which is to say, my word's the only one that matters. Are you willing to take orders from me? Sure. Haha, good lass. Of course, I'll keep you clear of monsters and the like, but Trouble's got a nasty habit of finding us raiders. The time might come when you've got to swing that pickaxe in self-defense. There's all manner of wild beasts out there. Leave 'em to the captain and me. You just worry about not pissing your own britches. Ha ha ha. Excuse him, Anne. He's just young. And stupid. Very, very stupid. He's so new to this life that he's almost got eggshells stuck to his fat little head, so we call him Hatchling. Captain's got fun nicknames for all of us. Tradition, he calls it. So, what's yours to be? You're a professor or something, right? So, what about Professor? Bloody simple, isn't it? But that'll make for easy remembering. All right, Professor it is. And that wraps up your initiation. We've nothing to do for the time being. The job will come from House Fortom soon enough, though, so make yourself ready for when it does. Alright, back to the main story for now. Off to Tailfeather. A long soak in the life stream followed by a long journey. I would not recommend it to anyone. But rest assured my strength is returning to me. I shall be back to my former self ere long. Oh, we'll be getting new gear at some point here. Good, good, good. I believe I am sufficiently rested. Let us continue west to Sharlayan. Once we descend the mountain path, we will arrive at the Dravanian hinterlands. From there, it is but a short distance to the city. Be warned that we shall be passing through Nath territory. We must needs be wary of them and the dragons both.
To the Thalaic River, where to the melted snows of Abelathia's spine eventually find their way by means of 1,000 silver streams. Whose waters have long nourished the Dravanian hinterlands, and so provided for a settlement of learned souls from across the northern seas. To the city of Sharlayan, that great seat of knowledge now abandoned by her keepers, they came.
Matoya dwells on the far side of the Thaliac River. Let us search for a crossing. Hey, there's our first ether current. See, we need to keep an eye out for any hunts. No, nothing here. Another one nearby. There it is, up there on the hill. Tag this summoning stone just in case. Knowledge seeks no man. So says the motto of Sharlayan engraved upon yonder stone. The meaning is simple. It falls to us to seek enlightenment. During the 6th astral era, at the turn of the 13th century, men from the northern nation of Sharlayan journeyed across the seas to Eorzea in search of knowledge. Upon arriving at these shores, they established a camp for their scholarly endeavors. Over time, this camp grew into a settlement, and the settlement prospered, and so much so that it came to be counted amongst Eorzea's great city-states. Alas, those glory days are now but a fading memory. With her keepers lost to her, Sharlayan has become an empty husk of her former self. Uplander is mistaken. Sharlayan has new keepers, is on cusp of new age of glory. Goblins? Here to plunder the city? Uplander is mistaken muchly. We are not thieves. This place is our home. Your home? When last I look, it was mine and Alphino's. We were born here. When Uplanders abandoned city, Uplanders gave up claim. Born here or no, Uplanders are trespassers. My friends, please! We did not come to dispute your claim to this land. Our purpose here is peaceful. We desire but to cross the river. Be calm, I beg you, and let us speak like the civilized folk that we are. Surely we can come to a mutual understanding. If that is the truth, then Uplanders are welcome here. Come with Slowfix. Slowfix will show Uplanders settlement. Let's not forget the etherite. And let's see. What's this one? I think I'll forget about Wondrous Tales for now. Here is the heart of settlement. Name of Idleshire. What have we got here? Guests? Greetings to you. I am Alphino Levelier, and may I introduce my companions, An Adventurer and Ishtola. We have journeyed far in search of a friend and seek to cross the river. But finding the main bridge collapsed, you went looking for a detour and ended up stumbling into Slowfix and his crew. Is that right? That is the short of it, aye. This place, Idleshire. I came expecting a ghost town. Suffice it to say, I am surprised to find it so alive. Well, with all them precious artifacts lying about, 'twas only a matter of time before treasure hunters like me moved in. But we weren't the first to arrive neither. By then, Slowfix and his Gabi friends were already settled. At first, Gabis and hunters disliked each other, but understanding came, then friendship. Now, Gabis and hunters have joined hands to build great new nation. So that is what happened after we Sharlayans departed. Oh, so you're locals? No hard feelings, I hope. All these nice buildings, but no one to live in them. Felt like a waste, you know? We've been trying to put the place to rights, and things have been going well for the most part, but it ain't all smooth sailing. Not to sound ungrateful, but the traps your people left lying about are a bloody nuisance. And there's the Illuminati harrying us day and night. Yeah, Slowfix has bright idea. Uplanders desire mutual understanding, yes? Best way to understanding is helping one another. Help citizens of Idleshire, and Uplanders can be citizens too. Citizens are free to cross river. Well, I am not aware of a quicker way to reach our destination. Let us assist Slowfix and his people. And let's see, don't need any of those. We'll take the materia. Or I guess we could pick one and sell it maybe, but who knows. Golems be gone. Level 58 quests finally. So, Uplanders agree to help? Good. Here's what Slowfix wants Uplanders to do. Many golems prowl Idleshire, get in the way of expansion plans. Slowfix wants Uplanders to eliminate golems. Uplanders are Sharlayan, yes? Sharlayans should know best way to deal with creatures. So, we are to eliminate the golems. That should be a simple enough affair. The automata were employed as sentinels and by design can be unmade with a coded command. At the time of the Exodus it was noughts and crosses, and I see no reason why it should not still work. Let us divide the task between the three of us, the quicker to be finished with it. All right then, let's see. There's Alphino working on his there. There's one. All right. Knots and crosses. I misspell something. That looks right. Maybe I wasn't close enough. There we go. With a shudder, the golem crumbles to pieces. Alright, Slowfix. And what's this one here? Pop marks. Oh, okay. We ought to take that one in. So you're the famous Anne, are you? The clan's all abuzz with talk of the brave young adventurer who's joined our ranks. But tell me, how is it a storied young lass like you's only approved to take on level 2 marks? Scared of getting that pretty face of yours scratched, are you? Well, it's up to you, but if you've got the stomach for a new challenge, you go back to that inn and tell Ardelane that Eloy says he's holding you back. If he doesn't approve for you for more advance marks, he'll have me to deal with. Alright, well, we can do that at some point, too. Golems are no more. Wonderful. Now we can resume work to expand settlement. And nothing there either. Keeping up with the Aliapos? Yeah, that's not the one I want. An Illuminati incident. Uplanders helped Gobbyflock, earned right to be citizens of Idleshire, but Slowfix must ask another favor. Another favor, you say? Short time ago, dear friend of Slowfix ventured into Illuminati territory. Illuminati are nasty goblins, show no mercy even towards Gobbykin. Slowfix fears for friend's life. Please find friend before Illuminati do. I am suddenly taken by a sense of foreboding. Be that as it may, we cannot turn a blind eye. Let us make haste and find Slowfix's friend. Alright, let's see. I will not do that one yet. I'm going to go knock out the rest of these crafter and gather initial quests, and then we'll come back here and just stop for this stream, I think. Let's go back to, let's see, where we go first. Let's go to Skyfire Locks for Botanist. Camp Dragonhead. I have been expecting you, Anne. Aye, Mistress Muji has told me everything, and rather more besides. A letter of introduction, ever proper is our Fufucha. She scarcely needs one of these to vouch for your skill, my friend. As you will have been informed, the petition comes not from me, but a friend. Basil is his name, and he is a botanist engaged in settling the Sea of Clouds. That is where your task will take you, and for an extended period of time. Some years ago, House Halenair established an outpost there, and they seek to make the place self-sufficient. To this end, my friend has been attempting to cultivate various crops. Alas, results have been mixed at best, and that is where you come into the picture. Now, I should like to send you along to Basil at once, except Ishgard isn't accommodating of foreigners. We must find a way to circumvent the bureaucracy. You are a guest of House Fortam, you say? Well then, your entry was not an issue from the first. However, I have doubts whether Mistress Muji will be permitted to accompany you. You needn't worry. I have ways of getting into places, and I will get into Ishgard. See if I don't. That is well, I think. Now then, Basil has returned to the Holy See to meet with you. If it suits, I shall let him know to look for you at the Aetheryte Plaza. At the Aetheryte Plaza. Got it. I'll see you there, Anne. Alright, and then... oh yeah, I could have finished up this goldsmith here in Uldal while I was there, it looks like. So we'll go back. Knock that one out. We gotta get to Revenant's Toll also. Adventurer, is it? I am Marcel of Estames. Charmed, I'm sure. Doubtless you have already heard from Mistress Serendipity, and in far too many words. I will be brief. A most important client of mine has commissioned a work of supreme significance, and you will have the privilege of contributing to its creation. Note that I say contribute. I ask you not to take full responsibility, a task which would doubtless prove beyond you at this stage of your career. Yes, you need not fear, for I will be here to guide you in every step of the process, to help you grow from a mere craftsman to a creator of genius, as it were. With that, let us get down to business. The order comes from the wife of a high-ranking officer of the Immortal Flames. The anniversary of their bonding draws near, and this most refined madam would gift her beloved spouse with a memento of singular beauty and meaning. As the lady tells it, her husband is a hardened warrior who, despite his lofty rank, rarely leaves the front lines, where he tirelessly leads his men against the Amalja. Their anniversary day will mark a brief but welcome respite from the battlefield, his first in moons. As for the exact nature of the gift, she entrusts this entirely to us, as my clients are wont to do. Most believe that no mundane idea of their own could compete with the sheer genius and inspiration of Estames' agents and artisans, an assumption which is true more often than not. But what shall we create, huh? At times like this, I think back to the words of my mentor, a renowned goldsmith I had the honor of working with when I first came to Estames some years ago. To give form to that which is formless, and breathe a warm, beating heart into the coldest of metal. This is the goldsmith's true calling, the master would always say. His words have never failed to inspire me, and I trust they will do the same for you. And yet, rare indeed is it that inspiration comes entirely from within. In my own experience, I have found that reflecting upon these words in the company of trusted friends and colleagues oft proves enlightening. Being a woman's gift, perhaps Mistress Serendipity and Miss Momodi at the Quicksand might have some insight to share. What say you consult them and return here with your impressions? Oh, only if they don't talk as much as you do. Boy, oh boy. He said that Serendipity talked a lot. I think you've got her beat there, buddy. If it ain't Anne! Wait, don't tell me. Come to consult with yours truly in matters of the heart, mayhap? No, something else today. Work, you say? Well, that ain't half as fun now, is it? But I reckon I still might be able to help you some. Not that I'm much of an expert on gift-giving, mind you. If I were like as not, I wouldn't be standing behind this counter alone, if you catch my meaning. Many say it's best to go straight to the source, but things ain't always so simple. Just ask one of my regulars. She asked her beau what he wanted for his name day, and do you know what he said? A fond memory, mayhap. A memory! They don't sell those at Estames, last I checked. Which isn't to say that I don't understand what he was getting at. In the end, it's not the gift itself that matters, but the feelings behind it. Hardened warrior or no, when he returns from the battlefield to see his beloved waiting for him with open arms, he'll be moved by anything she has to offer. But this customer of yours and her husband are getting on in their years, no? Strikes me the ideal gift would be one that serves to reaffirm the bond they already share. A keepsake of sorts that would call to mind the day when the spinner first brought them together. Seems to me that'd be as good a starting point as any, wouldn't you say? Well, yeah, whoever wrote this particular quest is very, very wordy indeed. A lot of words. Oh, Anne, back so soon? I trust you've met with Marcel, yes? Is he still wearing that silly monocle? He says it's to make him look more refined, that he might better impress his customers. Just between you and me, I find it oh so slightly pretentious, but... Oh yes, do tell me about your assignment. To give form to that which is formless, and breathe a warm beating heart into the coldest of metal. Why, that was the very challenge my master posed to me when I set off on my own as a goldsmith. It would seem his words resonated deeply with Marcel as well. To realize that ideal as one's own work is the sign of a truly first-rate goldsmith, or so my master always said. That said, it is quite the riddle, is it not? That which is formless. Riddle schmiddle, colors, scents, songs, why, I could name 1,000 formless things in the time it would take for you to get your hammer out of your... You can stop right there, Gigi. That said, there's at least a smidgen of truth in what he says. There are all sorts of formless things that could be given form, which means that there's no single right answer. Form to the formless. It's up to you to find an answer to this riddle that will use your talents to the fullest and please your customer to boot. But if anyone can do it, Anne, you can. Why, I can scarcely wait to see what you come up with. To give form to that which is formless, and breathe a warm, beating heart into the coldest of metal. Well, adventurer, I trust you have given these words due thought since last we spoke. And here's what I think. So you have spoken with Mistress Serendipity and Miss Momodi? Excellent. I would have your thoughts on... but that can wait. Our client honors us with her presence. Good evening, Marcel. I had business nearby, and I thought I would pay a visit. Milady, as ever, you honor us with your presence and grace us with your beauty. And you could not have picked a better time. Allow me to introduce Miss Adventurer, the goldsmith who will be assisting me in the crafting of the masterpiece to be you have ordered. To give form to that which is formless, and breathe a warm, beating heart into the coldest of metal. Such is the ideal we at Esthame strive to achieve with our work. A color, a scent, a melody, all lacking in form but indelibly tied to our memories. The artistic process continues to unfold as we speak, but you have my word that the finished product will be fit for one of your surpassing aesthetic sensitivities. And I am pleased indeed to hear it, but if you're trying to win my favor with those flowery words, Marcel, I fear I'm already spoken for. But speaking of memories and melodies, my husband and I have always shared a love for the ballads of the songstress of Ul'dah. Do we all not share such a love, my lady? And yet, I fear that even the most skilled goldsmith would be hard-pressed to give form to a piece of... But wait! I've got it! By Nald and by Thal, I've got it! A music box! A music box of gold! How simply divine! A music box that would play a melody from our younger days. Why, I could not have dreamed up a more perfect gift in 100 years. Your words hearten me, my lady, but I must give credit where due. It is a stroke of inspiration that would not have come to me without the assistance of Miss Adventurer here. Into a vessel of the purest gold we shall carve a melody that will carry you and your husband back to that precious day when the spinner guided you to each other. I fear I must ask for your patience a while longer, my lady. Rest assured that we will spare no effort in creating the perfect gift for your most special of days. All right, and let's see. Let's do Revenant's Toll next. I can't talk just now, miss. I'm waiting for a letter from the Alchemists Guild. Damn thing should have been here by now. You mean this letter? You're Severian's assistant? How do you do, friend? I'm Wiltwake, and this is my companion, Shanine. Now, what does your guildmaster... Aha, just as I suspected. Alchemy. It's a queer business, this string of disappearances. There's some crew on the loose, I tell you. But that's all we can say. They've stolen from sealed coffers and snatched men from locked rooms. But how? Why? We don't even have a clue what they do with their victims. Though perhaps Severian has given us one, he identified our evidence as an alchemical catalyst. Whoever our villains, they're using your arts, friend. So it's a bloody good thing you're here to help. You're just the messenger, aren't you? Will he be coming later then? The consultant we asked for? No, there's a note from Severian. The woman I've sent is the guild's finest. She has earned my trust and admiration as an assistant, and I have no doubt she will be of the utmost help to you. Goodness me, a compliment from Master Severian is a compliment indeed. Yes, we are happy to have you as our consulting alchemist. This case has just begun, and we will have need of your intellect soon. The game, Anne, is very much afoot. And what did I see up here? What level was that one? Level 55. Oh yeah, I don't need to do that one yet. Alright, and then back to Ishgard. Or, let's see, what was it? Ardalain and the Forgotten Knight. And Yura, the Plaza. There we go. What took you so long? Your client's been waiting for the better part of a bell. Curious how I got into Ishgard, I shouldn't doubt. For now, let it suffice to say, if anyone asks, I'm your retainer. 'Tis a pleasure to meet you, Anne, and your lively retainer as well. I'm Basil. Thank you for making the long journey to Ishgard, though we still have some ways to go, to be sure. As I'm sure you've been told, I'm a botanist at Camp Cloudtop. We're heavily reliant on supplies being brought in by airship, but I'm trying to change that. Unfortunately, my ventures into farming haven't yielded the results I had hoped for. And so I reached out to Rodaloin, who then reached out to your guild. I'll be turning to your abundant knowledge and skilled hands both. In case you're wondering, I haven't any work for you just yet. Today's a meet and greet, as it were. When I've got a specific request, I'll send word by way of your trusty retainer. And a trustier retainer there has never been. I shall convey all your messages without delay. I'd be much obliged, miss. Now then, I'd best be getting back to my work. I look forward to seeing you again, most certainly at Camp Cloudtop. I'll remain here in Ishgard and await word from Basil. Please come by whenever you can spare a moment from your busy schedule. Alright, and let's see, the next one, what is that? Oh, that's right, that's the hunt marks. Yeah. Oh, so you've met Eloise, have you? Well, if she says you're ready for level 3 marks, it ain't worth arguing. Just make sure you're well prepared before you go after one of these beasts. They're more dangerous than anything you've hunted so far. The rewards are bigger too, provided you make it back in one piece. Any road, go and have a gander at the clan hunt board. So long as you understand the risks, I'll let you pick any level 3 mark that takes your fancy. And that'll probably get us some hunt marks out there in the Dravanian hinterlands. And we can take level 3s now. And it looks like it opened up this other one here. Elite and dangerous. Well met, Anne. I've got some good news for you. I've had word from Sir Lodasta, the master of Clan Centurio. Seems he's been keeping half an eye on your progress, and he reckons you're just about ready to spread your wings as a fully fledged elite mark hunter. Sir Lodesta was born into a noble family, but he left all that behind to head out hunting, tracking down the fiercest foes and destroying them for the good of the realm. Folk call him the original hunter-scholar. Being recognized by a feller like that ain't nothing to be sniffed at. Don't be letting it get to your head, though. These elite marks are on a whole nother level to aught you've hunted before, and charging in willy-nilly's a sure way to meet your maker. We give them ranks based on how deadly they are, just like the grand companies do. You'll find the bills for these elite marks up on the clan hunt board alongside the others. You're free to take whichever bill you choose, but make sure you know what you're doing before you head out hunting. Every one of these beasts is a nightmare incarnate. And let's pick that one up. What is it? Dextera! Okay, over in the Dravanian Forelands. I remember seeing him. Alright, let's see. So now we will just port back over to Idleshire and close down for this particular stream. I'm going to look for one that we can raid into here. And we will end this stream today, but I hope you'll consider checking in with us tomorrow. We're going to be resuming Infinite Undiscovery tomorrow. And let's see, and then over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, we'll be back here with Final Fantasy. Let's see. Let me get to a channel here. Alright, we're gonna go to one streamer I tend to follow and doing some special events, it looks like, today.
To the church above all, even your safety. Damn. Oh shit! Audible! Audible! Welcome in. Thank you for the raid. Thank you so much. Let me give you a shout out. Welcome in, welcome in. Welcome in, Lily. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you had a wonderful stream. What did you do on your stream? What did you do? Welcome in, welcome in. We're currently celebrating my birthday, which was yesterday, but we are celebrating it today. And we are playing a community game. Awesome crafting I see there. Oh, let's go, let's go.
So, anyways,
happy belated birthday, thank you.
I appreciate you dropping in and
mining, yeah.
hanging with us today. How are you doing?
Some quality mining there.
Morning, afternoon, evening. If you just want to lurk, of course, that's fine too. We're happy to have you here regardless. Just enjoy the atmosphere and the story with us.
Exactly. You're taking my line there. Yeah, Subchill 14. Nice, nice. I'm back home. Welcome in, Kami. Welcome back. Okay, so we are playing a game which is basically